concentrate on the Divine Master and pray to Him for spiritual prosperity. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Stapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Stapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Avatarvarishtaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Pratyoramamritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from unreal to the real, to lead us from darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. Sri Ramakrishna has shown through his own life the goal of human life, that is, to realize the truth, to have the direct experience of God. So, he has made it very clear in his teachings. He said, it will avail you nothing unless you realize Chidananda. So, the whole thing has been spoken very clearly. So, if you take this statement, it will avail you nothing unless you realize Satchidananda. That means, if we don't struggle at least towards this end, life is certainly waste. Whether we know it or not, waste is waste. So, what needs to be done first has been shown by Sri Ramakrishna himself in his life. That is, realize the truth. Put all your efforts, concentrate well, give whole mind towards that end. Call on Him with calm, cheerful heart. Since we have taken this human body, we are in a way maintaining duality. God is not realized. I am experiencing all sorts of things in this world as an embodied being. So, I can get real peace and joy only when I experience the truth. Though it is very much there in our own heart, it has become very difficult to experience, to have the vision of the truth, because mind is the important factor in taking us to realization. Mind has been soaked in tamas, complete darkness. It means ignorance. Darkness means ignorance. So, as long as we are immersed in darkness, we are always in a state of tamas. We have to get rid of that. To clear the darkness, bring the light. It is simple as that. So, the darkness of ignorance can be dispelled only by the light of knowledge. Bring that knowledge. Why don't you strive for that? Knowing fully well that this world does not lead me towards the realization of the truth. Why again and again we just are being pulled towards the world? Because over a number of births we have built up tremendous impressions that have become responsible for taking us, pulling us towards the world. So each impression is compared to a knot. It's a terrible knot, not a simple knot. So either these knots are to be opened properly or they are to be burnt. But anyway, when you know you are not going on the right path, when you come to know that you are going in a wrong way, immediately you must take the right step. Knowing still if you continue in the wrong way, it leads you nowhere. The more we don't think repeatedly about the spiritual ideas, the more we think of worldly things, the more it becomes difficult for us afterwards. So Sri Ramakrishna tells emphatically that never waste your life in the transitory things. Whether you believe God with form or without form, it's immaterial. God takes form, at the same time He becomes formless. He is everywhere present. So, what is needed is, we have to concentrate to realize the truth. To attain spiritual prosperity, we must give proper training to the mind. Once you are able to go through in the right path, the world's Maya will not be able to bind you anymore. Then you yourself will feel that your human birth will be blessed. So, once you have that direct experience of the absolute truth, whether personal God or impersonal aspect of God, all doubts are dissolved. Until you realize the truth, doubts persist, some way or other, just to distract your attention from the goal, just to divert your attention. All the forces are very eager to drag you any moment from the pursuit of your goal. Why it is being done like that? Because that's why it's called as game. That only shows you must be more alert, more watchful about your movements, about your thinking. So, without giving any attention to any other thing, without being attached to anything, but only to your own way of worship of God. Divert all your attachments to that God whom you worship. Never entertain anything on the way. By constantly putting the mind in that direction, all the evil effects of deeds are destroyed. The mind becomes clear, you become more and more peaceful and calm. That is the sign of spiritual development. So Sri Ramakrishna tells simplicity and guilelessness are essential to realize the divine. When you are taking a form, all these things will have value. As long as the ego remains, you are bound by its reactions, likes and dislikes, raga dvesh, sukh dukh, happiness and unhappiness, all sorts of things. So, it is important to maintain simplicity. And second important point Sri Ramakrishna tells, that it is very important to always use the power of discrimination to distinguish between what is real and what is not real. Sat from asat. So, whatever that is confirmed as unreal should be discarded. These things will help us to hold on, to concentrate upon the single idea. And one should pray with sincere longing. Sincere longing. How difficult it is. Sometimes we do pray, but it is not strong enough. It is so weak, feeble. Somehow we do prayer half-heartedly. No. We have to do the prayers more effectively, giving whole mind to what you are doing. Then only the desire to realize the truth becomes intensified. But then devotees began to say to Sri Ramakrishna, Master, what all you are telling is true, but we householders living in this world find no time to concentrate, to do this thing, that thing. Where is the time? We have to look after the family, we have to look after the home. We have entangled ourselves in so many things. It's not easy to do. Even to remember God sometimes is impossible. Our mind may not be inclined at all. So, what a terrible mess it is. We have entered into that mess. We are finding very difficult to come out of it. So please tell us some easy method, easiest method which is possible for us, knowing our state, knowing our conditions. You know how terrible it is for us to change the direction of the mind. We have become addicted to the enjoyment of this world. It is extremely difficult to raise the mind from that addiction, to make it free from lust and gold. Today somebody was talking to me on the phone. That person was telling, oh, my boy was studying for some medicine, but somehow he began to think and finally said that's not the thing to be done for him, because he wants to enter into the field of trading. And that person was telling, oh, My boy loves money, so he knows how to handle it, how to watch it carefully and manipulate things, etc. So when the person was telling on the phone, I could feel from the tone of the person, that person was feeling as if it's a great thing that her son was too much after money. He loves money. Who does not love money? Money is a trap. It is a trap to kill you. If you are ready to be killed, go ahead, get killed. So, it's not very easy to think spiritual ideas. Impossible. To attend a spiritual activity, they list 1,000 reasons. Suppose if they want to attend some worldly activity, immediately they jump and go. That means it depends upon interest, whether he is really interested in spirituality or not. So when the devotee is asking Sri Ramakrishna to suggest easy method to come to God, knowing their hopeless condition, then Sri Ramakrishna assures him, all right, if you are so weak, if you are unable to do anything, give power of attorney to God. Then be free. Give power of attorney. It's a very important thing Sri Ramakrishna has said. There can be nothing easier than this. If you are unable even to do that, what else can be done? Give the power of attorney. Oh Lord, I am helpless. I can't do anything. Please take care of everything. Be humble and simple and sincere in your approach. Everything will come all right. Everything will come all right. But the man who is steeped in worldliness may find even the simplest thing very difficult. So Sri Ramakrishna tells, a man does not feel restless for the vision of God until all his worldly desires are satisfied. That's the point. As soon as we wake up, we are pulled by desires. I have to go there, I have to go here, I have to do this, I have to do that. So desires are pulling you all the way. The pull of the desires is very strong. The pull towards God is very weak. So, how can you expect any spiritual enlightenment? Or how can you feel any inspiration in spiritual life? Spirituality begins only when your worldly desires are completely annihilated. When you are able to discard the desires, they may come on account of the force of the momentum, on account of the momentum created by your own actions at different points of time. But now, using your firm willpower, come what may, I don't care for these desires anymore. Let them come, let them die. But that determination is very necessary. At some point you must be prepared to sacrifice something of yourself. Without sacrifice, what do you get? Tyage naike amritatva manashuhu. Famous statement in the Upanishad. Only through Tyaga, vision of God is attained. Only through Tyaga you will be able to conquer death. So, you have to prepare yourself properly. That is why always satsang is encouraged. Sankirtan, singing the glories of God, community singing, community meditation, they are all very helpful, very useful. Do it properly, excellent result you will have. Excellent, I should say. You will feel it. That vibration, everyone can feel. Suppose if 50 people sit here and try to meditate, the very atmosphere changes the outlook. For the time being you feel tremendous peace in your heart. So, these ashramas, holy places, temples are all meant for such activities, spiritual activities. But if you are so dull even to do anything, then you don't deserve any vision of God. Forget about it. Sri Ramakrishna compares such people to a common fly. Common fly. Sometimes it sits on the filth, sometimes it sits on the sugar. It wants to die in the dirt. So, never allow the mind to be tainted anymore. Whatever that is done, you have no control over it. What is already being done. But what is to be done, you can certainly control it. From that point of view, future is bright. Show your courage, your boldness, your manliness, all such qualities in treading the spiritual path. As Sri Ramakrishna said, it will avail you nothing unless you realize Satchidananda. That is the important teaching which Sri Ramakrishna has pointed out to us. Let us try to remember this teaching every day and see how far we are going in spiritual path. It's very important. Otherwise, for most of us, spiritual journey is not started at all. We are talking, but we are not acting. You have to act upon. Then only you will have the fruits of it. So, I have taken one or two points from my last reading. Page number 386. The doctor was ready to bandage the master's arm. A bed was spread on the floor, and the master, laughing, lay down upon it. He said, intoning the words, this is Radha's final stage. But Brinde says, who knows what is yet to be? The devotees were sitting around the master. He sang. The gopis all were gathered about the shore of the lake. Sri Ramakrishna laughed, and the devotees laughed with him. After his arm was bandaged, he said, I haven't very much faith in your Calcutta physicians. When Shambhu became delirious, Dr. Sarvadhikari said, it is nothing. It is just grogginess from the medicine. And a little while after, Shambhu breathed his last. It was evening, and the worship in the temples was over. A few minutes later, Adhar arrived from Calcutta to see the master. Mahimacharan, Rakal and M were in the room. Adhar said, how are you? Master affectionately said, look here, how my arm hurts. Smiling, you don't have to ask how I am. Others sat on the floor with the devotees. The master said to him, please stroke here gently. Others sat on the end of the couch and gently stroked Sri Ramakrishna's feet. The master conversed with Mahimacharan. Master said, it will be very good if you can practice unselfish love for God. A man who has such love says, O Lord, I don't seek salvation, fame, wealth, or cure of disease. None of these do I seek. I want only Thee. Many are the people who come to a rich man with various desires. But if someone comes to him simply out of love, not wanting any favor, then the rich man feels attracted to him. Prahlad had this unselfish love, this pure love for God without any worldly end. Mahimacharan sat silent. The master turned to him. Master said, now let me tell you something that will agree with your mood. According to the Vedanta, one has to know the real nature of one's own self. But such knowledge is impossible without the renunciation of ego. The ego is like a stick that seems to divide the water in two. It makes you feel that you are one and I am another. When the ego disappears in samadhi, then one knows Brahman to be one's own inner consciousness. One must renounce the I that makes one feel I am Mahima Chakravarti. I am a learned man, and so on. But the ego of knowledge does not injure one. Shankaracharya retained the ego of knowledge in order to teach mankind. One cannot obtain the knowledge of Brahman unless one is extremely cautious about women. Therefore, it is very difficult for those who live in the world to get such knowledge. However clever you may be, you will stain your body if you live in a sooty room. The company of a young woman evokes lust even in a lustless man. But it is not so harmful for a householder who follows the path of knowledge to enjoy conjugal happiness with his own wife now and then. He may satisfy his sexual impulse like any other natural impulse. Yes, you may enjoy a sweetmeat once in a while. Mahimacharan laughs. It is not so harmful for a householder. But it is extremely harmful for a sannyasi. He must not look even at the portrait of a woman. A monk enjoying a woman is like a man swallowing the spittle he has already spat out. A sannyasi must not sit near a woman and talk to her, even if she is intensely pious. No, he must not talk to a woman, even though he may have controlled his passion. A sannyasi must renounce both woman and gold, as he must not look even at the portrait of a woman, so also he must not touch gold, that is to say, money. It is bad for him even to keep money near him, for it brings in its train calculation, worry, insolence, anger, and such evils. There is an instance in the sun. It shines brightly. Suddenly a cloud appears and hides it. That's why I didn't agree to the Marwaris depositing money for me with Hriday. I said, no, I won't allow even that. If I keep money near me, it will certainly raise clouds. Why all these strict rules for a sannyasi? It is for the welfare of mankind as well as for his own good. A sannyasi may himself lead an unattached life and may have controlled his passion, but he must renounce woman and gold to set an example to the world. A man will have the courage to practice renunciation if he sees 100% renunciation in a sannyasi. Then only will he try to give up lust and gold. If a sannyasi does not set this example, then who will? One may lead a householder's life after realizing God. It is like churning butter from milk and then keeping the butter in water. Janaka led the life of a householder after attaining Brahmajnana. Janaka fenced with two swords, the one of jnana and the other of karma. The sannyasi renounces action, therefore he fences with one sword only, that of knowledge. A householder endowed with knowledge, like Janaka, can enjoy fruit both from the tree and from the ground. He can serve holy men, entertain guests, and do other things like that. I said to the Divine Mother, O Mother, I don't want to be a dry sadhu. After attaining Brahmajnana, One doesn't have to discriminate even about food. The rishis of olden times, endowed with the knowledge of Brahman and having experienced divine bliss, ate everything, even pork. Let us stop here. Actually, Brahmakara Vritti leads to Brahmagyan. The purpose of Brahmakara Vritti is to lead you towards the realization of Brahman. That's its purpose. And to engage the mind positively towards the goal, towards reaching Brahman. That's why Brahmakara Vritti is introduced there. If you're constantly busy with thinking of Brahman, so there is no chance for any other thought to interfere with. If you are strongly thinking about that one particular idea of Brahman, what is called as Brahmakara Vritti, that's called to initiate that process in the mind, constantly thinking about the Brahman leads you to the vision of Brahman. So when it leads to the vision of Brahman, then naturally it follows Brahmakara Vritti is left over. Its purpose is done. It was useful only to get rid of the ego. That is, there is no room for thinking, for making the ego to raise its head. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly. That mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quenched that mighty forest fire, worldly lust, raging furiously within. O name, streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself. O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name that bath for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord. In each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy. How huge then is my wretchedness, who find in his empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass. Be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and Soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. How I long for the day when an instant's separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stealest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good. May the worlds be prosperous and happy, may the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.